Hey everybody, Michael here, and up for bids today is my Steadicam JR camera stabilizer. It's actually a gimbal system. It's kind of an old school. This thing originally came out, if I remember correctly, it's about 79 or 80. It came from the Steadicam company. It was their entry into the kind of smaller home market for people who had the old VHS camcorders, you know, those big monsters you've probably only seen in pictures for anyone under the age of about 30. This does actually work. You can see it collapses completely in on itself. It's very foldable. It clicks out. You lock it in. You've got the gimbal handle right here. You hold it, and as you can see, I don't have a camera on it, but it's perfectly balanced, sitting nice and flat right now. It's going to move a little bit because I don't have any weight sitting on it, but it does actually work extremely well. I have held a completely loaded Nikon D800 with a pretty big lens on it on here and balanced out perfect. It does get a little heavy, so you get a nice arm workout out of it. You can adjust it. You've got a gimbal adjust right down here to get one axis. You've got a fore and aft axis right up here. You've got a side-to-side axis right here. Down here, you've got a counterweight compartment. It actually comes with, these are a couple of D batteries. They're just there for the weight. They've actually got electrical tape on them to keep current so you don't get any kind of corrosion built up. I've got the original steel weight plates that came with it. There are 5 of them in there. So, sorry, actually 6 of them. I also, if you've got a heavier camera, I created my own makeshift weight. This is simply a 3/4 inch bolt with a bunch of heavy stainless steel washers on them. It's actually quite heavy. You can take off a washer at a time or add washers if you need to balance out whatever you need. It sits right in here, just like that. You put it in there and it's gonna sit. And it does add weight to it, but it really makes the camera stable. This thing worked really well. I upgraded from this to a Ronin M. So I've got something big, fancy, and electronic now. But this thing served me well for about 4 years. I used it in Europe. I used it in Africa. It's been a really good little system, and it's incredibly compact. So I'm also, and I don't have it with me today, but I'm also going to be sending with you the original owner's manual that came with it. So for the setup purposes, so to walk you through how to set it up. You can also find a lot of that online. That's why I'm not walking you through the whole process right now. But it is actually pretty simple. It's just like any other gimbal stabilizer out there. You guys sit there and fidget and fidget and fidget until you get it just right. Once you do it a couple of times and you're using the same camera, you're gonna find that it's really, really quick. I have replaced the original grip pad on here. The old one was, original cork one was just worn smooth, so it was a little too shifty. It allowed the camera to move around a little too much. So I replaced it with a new cork pad. So yeah, I know it's not super pretty. It's because I kept putting holes through there to move my camera around. But it actually grips really nice. I even added one on the back here because I found sometimes the camera was sitting back a little bit and needed something to grab onto back there. So it's ready to go. Now, if you have any questions at all, oh, one other thing before I forget, this model originally came with the monitor. You'll probably see several listings out there talk about the Steadicam JR, and it is actually JR, not Junior. I know it seems weird, but you can look it up. Don't know why they did that. But it had a monitor on there. I didn't need the monitor. It's not compatible with anything that's out today. So I took the monitor off just to make a more compact unit. So it still has all the little on-off switch for that and what's left of the cabling here that I've kind of taped up and wound on there. But the monitor's gone. You don't need it anyway. It's useless to you unless you're shooting with an old VHS cam, and I doubt you are. Anyway, if you have any questions at all about this listing, please don't hesitate to ask. And as always, good luck and happy bidding.